to another episode of Conscious Straight Talk with Katie and Lindsey.
Yes.
I hope you're well. We've all survived the weekend.
Yes.
Off to another week. Anything can happen this week,
That's
so I'm kind of excited.
You can head towards your goals.
I once heard this fabulous quote I tell my kids all the time. If we don't know what's about to happen, it could be something wonderful.
But we never really know what's going to happen,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Can be something wonderful.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Let's be positive.
Good point.
So last Friday, we started talking about narcissistic personality disorder.
Yep. We gave you the traits, etc.
Yep, and we wanted to go a little bit more into that because there are a couple of different aspects to NPD that are really painful. And I think the more that we start to talk about these things and understand them, the more healing we can bring.
And can I just say something? I don't know how long Lindsey has been in the past with this narcissistic personality disorder person, but I would say
I have
people.
several.
Okay, this one in specifics, but probably like 10 years. So she's had 10 years experience at least with one narcissistic personality disorder person. So
yeah, up close and personal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of become a little niche.
Yeah.
I had to go through a narcissistic abuse recovery program that actually started my whole healing journey because you know, up until that time, when you're in the situation, and if you haven't experienced narcissistic abuse, most people can't identify to it. You know, you hear all the time, well, why didn't you just leave? Why don't you just leave them? Would you stay for that?
There's something called battered women syndrome, which we can go into in a later date.
And the mentality is so slow. Like, these people love bomb
Insidious.
and make you feel
insidious.
amazing.
It's
Insidious is the best word for it.
And I actually have experienced one being in my life, my whole life. I won't say who, but one being in my life, my whole entire life. So being raised with that is probably why I'm a therapist.
Yeah, it is. It's a very hard thing to do. So what I want to talk about today is something that the narcissist usually they have them all around them, and that's flying monkeys. Do you guys remember from The Wizard of Oz? The Wicked Witch of the West had all those evil little flying monkeys that she would send out to do her bidding.
Yes, I remember that.
Right? And in the end, they transformed back to normal, and it was because they were under her spell.
But they were really cute. I have a thing for monkeys.
And they can be cute. Flying monkeys can be beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Some of the most horrible things come in the most beautiful packages.
That's true.
You have to be careful of that. But these flying monkeys were under the witch's spell, and that's how this term flying monkeys for narcissists, because as it turns out, they have a lot of them surrounding them. What they do is they brainwash these people. They bring them into their reality, which is oftentimes a lot of the things that they did to hurt you, they put on you. They project that and they sell it to all the people around them. So not only do you have your narcissist coming and attacking you,
but then you have friends, family, partners coming at you, coworkers doing their bidding for them.
And the narcissist won't stop at anything. They will talk. They have no shame. They don't care. They're compulsive liars. They do what's best for them in that moment. And as we described on Friday, with narcissism, they love bomb you. And as they see you loving them, they start to become angry at you. And that the hatred of themselves gets turned on to you because you love them. It's a very
because you love them because they're not worthy of love. Is that why?
They feel they're not worthy of love.
Right.
And so then they become angry and they project. And it's I'm telling you, it's one of the worst, most painful things when you see other people
believing that you're a horrible person when they don't even know you.
When they don't know
the situation.
They don't know
your core, And,
you know, the narcissist themselves probably has a laundry list of offenses and things that they've done, but they turn a blind eye to it because these narcissists are so charismatic. They're so, like, you want to be around them. You want to please them.
Yeah, and let me just give you an example. I feel that most of us can, especially girls, can relate to an everyday life, and that would be where you get into a fight. If you don't experience it now, maybe you experienced it in junior high or elementary school.
It could be
or
with
whatever.
a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever the relationship.
Where you have like a good friend, you get into a fight, and then that friend turns all your other mutual friends against you, and then they start being mean to you, and they only hear one side of the story, and then you just feel attacked, you know? So
it feels awful. I mean, I just had this situation last week where the narcissist approached me and started verbally assaulting me. And so I was trying to get away. I said, please leave me alone, please back away. And I look up and there's a flying monkey behind him, gesturing and calling me a loser and making and it's
right. And so wait, let me help you.
Sympathetic.
So her sympathetic nervous system took over, which we've discussed before. So she went into fight, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and she froze.
Right.
But then she came to, and she called 911, right?
Well, I was able to call 911. I got them away. And the thing is, I learned this breathing technique that I want to share with you guys.
Yes.
And I did this breathing technique right then and there. Actually, I was on the phone with 911. I was like, I need to call. I was shaking so bad.
That's what it does.
And a lot of it is the flying monkeys. I can handle the one person, but then when there's multiple and none of it's even real or reality based, and it's about, it's hard. It's really hard to get through.
And I want to talk about at a later date, but I kind of compare this to something in the psychological world called psychosis à deux. Do means two in French. I hope that I'm saying that correctly because I don't know French.
Well, I think this is what happens to the flying monkeys when they've been around the narcissists for long.
So what happens is when you've been around, not everybody, but if you've been around a person with narcissistic personality disorder, and I want to differentiate again, that doesn't mean somebody that's just
selfish,
full of themselves and blah, blah, blah. It's a true personality disorder. When they've been around somebody like this for a very long time, lots of times they can take on their traits. And that's why it's called psychosis à deux. They start to take on two of them now have these traits.
Yeah. And that's scary. And that's the direction that the narcissist wants to take the flying monkeys into.
Yeah.
Right? So that they can just become an extension of themselves. And it's almost always targeted around the one or two people.
Sorry about the cough. The COVID is just, really, sorry.
Right.
Okay. So,
and vaccination really works, doesn't it?
We'll have another discussion about this. We're on opposite ends. Okay, so.
But back to the flying monkeys.
Yeah, so
and
you're going to do the breathing technique.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys this breathing technique. In the narcissistic abuse recovery world, this is a technique that's taught pretty commonly, and it's the 5-2-8 breathing.
It is.
So you're going to breathe in for 5, you're going to hold for 2, and you're going to breathe out for 8. And what this does is triggers your parasympathetic nervous system
to take over, to calm down your sympathetic nervous system.
Right, and bring you back into control where you can make better choices.
Yes.
Which is what happened to me, and I can tell you it works. This breathing, this breathing takes you down a whole level.
Okay.
So let's do it. So
let's
get
do it
calm.
for me. My lung capacity is not amazing, but especially not right now. But I'll do the best that I can.
Okay, so I want you to get comfortable.
Okay, so
you can do this at any time, at any place. You want to make sure nothing is crossed. Keep your arms on your hands. Arms on your hands.
You want to put your hands on your knees and all open. No crossing like this. Feet on the ground. And I'm going to shut my eyes, but you don't have to if you want to do it in a place where you don't want anybody to know what you're doing. So she's going to do this for me. And like I said, just don't judge my lung capacity. Okay.
We're going to do it 3 times. And like I said, you want to keep your body energy able to flow through.
Open.
So just open up, chest. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for 5.
I'm going to shut my eyes. Ready?
Yep, breathe in for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2. Out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you have it. That's 3 times.
Look at me. I'm so out of it. I'm ready for a nap.
Oh, it really does. It triggers your parasympathetic, and it helps you get back into control.
I feel calmer right now. I don't feel like coughing on her right now.
Because as we were discussing before, right, when your sympathetic nervous system is triggered and you can't get through to making a good choice, you're frozen, you're fighting, you're running, whatever it is that you might do, this breathing will trigger that and give you the ability to come back down.
Yes.
So, we hope that helps you guys. I hope you have a little bit of a better understanding of flying monkeys.
We hope you don't have to go through this, but if you do, at least you'll have more understanding of it.
And, as you understand when you see other people acting that way, you can always stand up and say, hey, that's not right.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, that would be a nice gesture, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's, like I said, with my own situation, half the time I'm just so caught in left field that someone would even support this narcissist.
Well, that's that goes back to your value system, which we'll get into too. But wait, so we're starting eating
Wednesday,
disorders.
Yes, we're going to start talking about
And what are we going to do? Do we know which one?
We're gonna just kind of go over it. I think anorexia.
We'll do
on
anorexia.
Wednesday.
I don't know. We'll do something good.
Yeah, but we're gonna start talking about that with it being January, and a lot of us are focused on eating healthier and dieting. We want to like really make sure you understand.
I don't like the word dieting. No dieting.
Yeah.
One thing that I am going to bring in is I'm going to bring in a guest speaker who had an eating disorder, and I think that will be really great. We'll
that
do
would
that
be awesome.
one time this month. So.
All right.
Yay.
So we'll see you guys
Have
on
a
Wednesday.
wonderful Monday.
Happy Monday.
Bye.